Hey there YouTube, I'm going to be cutting a nice chunk of Ethiopian opal today. You can get pretty big pieces for cheap, and I feel like kind of cutting loose and doing a big cabochon instead of messing with the little teeny lightning ridge pieces that I can afford as of now. So I did manage to get some really nice Ethiopian opal with some great color. Big enough size to make something fun out of, a nice cabochon or ring or something like that. So yeah, let's see how it goes. This is the piece of opal that I'm going to be cutting, and I'm just trying to look around it and make a plan for myself. I do notice that there's one concave spot right about there, you can see. So I was going to make that the top and carve around it, but things would change, plans change, you can't always get them the way you want, so I guess you'll see what happens in just a second. This is actually the thing I use to cut my stones. It's an 8mm cylinder head, mounted points with a 3mm shank, and they come in this 8-pack on Amazon. 9-pack? Anyways. And turning on the water, getting the right flow, just a couple drips works best. And there I am, off to shaping my stone. I'm just trying to get rid of the sand first and see what I have to work with. I have an idea in my head of how this is going to go down, but bam, right there you can see a huge inclusion, so plans change. See, I use the edge of my piece to try to see how deep it goes, and it's just too deep, so I'm just going to cut it off, the whole area. And you see it's getting a lot smaller. Looks like I'll still have a pretty decent sized stone. Decent for me. I've never gotten a really big cabochon. I'm pretty new to this. Hopefully I can learn something from you guys. Help me out, be a better opal cutter. I'm just rounding it off here. I find it's useful to try to keep it round as you go. I mean, I guess that seems kind of obvious, but for me at first I was just kind of trying to get the general shape, but if you keep rounding it as you go, I don't know, I guess there's less to clean up in the future, so that's the way I like to do it. And sorry that there's just recorded audio. I was jamming out to the Lord of the Rings soundtrack, kind of getting into my imagination, pretending I'm cutting some magical, important stone. It's really actually pretty great. I don't really know what to say. I mean, maybe I should have made this clip shorter. I've run out of things to say. Okay, I'm done with the initial shaping, and it looks cool. It looks kind of like a human heart, something like that. I'm about ready to go to the smoothing part of it, which will be 600 grit Nova Point, which I ordered from, I think, Norway, from Diamond Pacific Tool Corporation. Anyway, time to get to the smoothing, and let's see how that goes. So I use this piece of paper to make the bit a little bit bigger. Maybe it's for more specialized rotary tools because it's smaller than any other drill tip I've gotten. But this seems to work just fine, and I don't have to worry about heat because, I keep it wet. It's
It's a little bit soft, these Nova points. I would imagine this is what the Nova wheels feel like, at least a little bit. I mean, I've never gotten to use a Nova wheel. I see them on the big channels like Black Opal Direct, Pulitzer Opal. You guys probably watch that stuff. Amazing channels, really smart guys. Looking good. And the shape is starting to show. It's kind of decided for itself. You know, I want a big size here, so I'm not going to cut it into a circle or an oval, and I kind of just like to see where they end up. And this one's looking really cool. So this is the 1200 grit Nova wheel. Same thing, I'm just going to really start kind of polishing. I think this is, I guess, the polishing point, right? 1200. This is where you start to get a bit of a shine going. And your last bit of shaping, really light shaping. I use this for really intricate bits, like if I'm super close to the color, I'll throw on the 1200 and take my time, going down real slowly. Just rounding again. I don't know what you people want me to say. I don't have much to say. Anyway, I do go over with a 1200 grit diamond paste as well. I feel like, you know, a felt tip is a little more rounded, so it just really helps to get that edge. So I'm there impregnating the felt tip, screw it on in, and just, you know, just a quick kind of a once over, just to really get any lines out of there that I can. Of course, it's not a once over, it's many times over, but you know what I mean. And then on to the 2000 grit, which is basically the same process.
Okay, done with the polishing, 1200, 2000 grit diamond paste, and now we're just going to go straight to the cerium oxide. I could go higher, but for this one I'm just going to kind of chill and go from 2000 to cerium oxide. It should be fine. It should look great.
Got this cerium oxide from Amazon, you know, about 10 bucks. I just mix it up in a little soy sauce bowl. I also like to call it a squirrel bowl, like a cereal bowl for squirrels. Anyway, now we start to make it shiny, glossy with the cerium oxide.
Well, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I'm pretty happy with what came out, and I can't wait to mount it into some jewelry. If you have any tips or suggestions how I could have done better or how to improve my process, go ahead and leave it in the comments. And if you're interested in the stone, let me know too, because it's all for sale. All right, thank you.